Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mama Jamma. My name is Crystal, and today what I really want to talk about is what I wish I knew before I had my first baby, before I had my son. They don't tell you all this stuff. So for me, it was a roller coaster. So in the first trimester, you find out you're pregnant, you're so excited. My husband and I maybe tried, I don't even think it was even a month. So I got my IUD taken out. We were trying and trying and trying, and well, felt like forever, but it wasn't even a month. It was like maybe 2 weeks that we were trying, and then bam, I got pregnant. So fertile myrtle, ugh, here. So I called in sick from work that day, and I remember the day I found out I was pregnant. It was the day of the Boston Marathon bombing. And we were at my father-in-law's house, and we just got back from the gym, and I started feeling this super crazy craving for tacos. Oh yeah. And that was nothing like out of the ordinary for me, because I always get some strange cravings and they switch. Like 1 minute I'll want tacos, the next minute I'll want Chinese food, the next minute I want, pizza. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but I was feeling a tiny bit off. Not sick to my stomach whatsoever. I was just feeling off. I couldn't explain it. I just felt off. So I went to CVS and I bought a pregnancy test. And was it the first response? Yeah, that's what I got. Because it's all over everywhere. You got to use first response, I guess. Whatever. So that was the one I got. I went to Tico's Tacos. Yes. Ordered what I was going to order. I got like 4 tacos. The El Pastor tacos. Yes, they are amazing there. And then I got like a burrito and maybe a tostada. Yeah, I was like super hungry, craving tons of stuff. I go to the bathroom and I take the pregnancy test in Tico's Tacos. So I, pee it, do my business on the stick. And then I put it on the back of the toilet. And I'm like thinking while I'm getting everything done, oh yeah, it's totally going to be negative. I'm just psyching myself out. I just want this to be positive so bad. Because at this point, my husband and I had been together for 5 years and still no baby. And so I, done washing my hands. I waited a minute. I think it's a minute on it. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be totally negative. I even put it upside down so I wouldn't even look at it. And I think it says not to do that on the directions. I think it says do it the other way around. So, oh well, I screwed up with it. But anyways, I'm done doing my business. I pick up my purse and I go and look at the pregnancy test. And I'm like, holy crap, there's 2 lines. And it wasn't a faint line, it was super dark. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So my hands are shaking. I'm totally excited. I go get all my food. And then I head over to my father-in-law's house. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I had to tell my husband right away. I'm not someone that can like hide anticipation or anything, so I had to do it right then and there. And then he tells my father-in-law, and then I wanted it to be a surprise to tell everybody else, but everybody else knew. So it was like, whatever, who cares? It's exciting. But what nobody told me, what I had to look forward in the future. Nobody told me anything. I mean, well, you hear stuff, but you think, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not going to be like that. No, no. So for my first trimester, I had heard something about like breakthrough bleeding, or actually implantation bleeding, excuse me. The only reason I was so paranoid about it is because we had 2 miscarriages in the past. Um, so I was 6 weeks pregnant, and 5 or 6 weeks pregnant, I can't remember. And I go to the bathroom and I see, like, I feel the trickle of blood. I hear it come out. And then automatically I was just sad. I wanted to cry right away. So I go to the doctor, I make an appointment right away with the doctor. I call her and she says, okay, come in on Monday, because this happened on a Friday. So I go ahead and go in on Monday. They do an ultrasound. Everything's fine. They could even see a heartbeat. It was so early. And the tech, she was like, oh, this hardly ever happens, only 6 weeks, and there's already a little flutter. It's crazy. So I was paranoid the first 3 months, like paranoid about every little cramp, everything. I was walking on eggshells. That was kind of a given because I had 2 miscarriages. That I understood. The other thing is I never felt like I got enough sleep. I was like, what the heck? I want sleep. And the hunger you feel isn't regular hunger, it's demon hunger. Like serious demon hunger deep inside that you can never feel. It's always like screaming for more. And I was really, really into fitness. I'm getting back into it now, but I was super into fitness, going to the gym every single day. And I was tiny, like 128 pounds, and I was, what am I, 5'4"? And so the thing I got sad about is, I was trying to tell myself it's okay to gain 3 or 4 pounds. It's okay to gain 3 or 4 pounds a month. It's normal. You want a healthy baby. But it's hard to get yourself to gain that weight if you're used to just, watching what you're eating and working out. And I didn't work out, for the first 3 months. We went to the gym and I do like elliptical for a little bit, and totally took it easy. And it was just, paranoid. I was so paranoid. I think I went to the ER like once because I felt cramping, and the doctor looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, look, dude, I had 2 miscarriages before. I want to make sure this one is okay. So the doctor did prescribe me progesterone cream to insert every single night. And my progesterone like through the roof after that, because I had my labs done and it was kind of low. So she did it and it spiked through the roof within a couple weeks. So I was really, really, I don't know how to say, like, on the ball about everything. All my appointments, I was trying to make sure I got everything right, all my protein, everything. So, yeah. But then, then that flowed into the second trimester. Once the third trimester, you're like, whew, that's over. So then you're in your third trimester and you're in that phase, the second trimester, excuse me. You begin to be in that phase and nobody tells you this. You see it, but you don't know it. Because, this is your first kid and you don't know, first kid really. And like, you're in that phase where moms know what I'm talking about, where you look fat and you look chubby, but you're not, and you want to show everybody that you're not, but you can't because you look like you got a beer belly, and yeah, it looks really gross. and then you find out nothing fits. Pants don't button, or if they do, they're like pretty tight, and you're like, ooh, this hurts to bend down. The shirts, you look like, yeah, it just looks terrible. Um, the shirts just look so sad. So you go hunting and you find out that maternity clothes are freaking expensive. They are. And it's insane how much maternity clothes are. You're like, dude, I'm only gonna wear these, not even for the whole 9 months, just after the first trimester, the first 3 months. So you wear them only for 6 months, but you pay like $65, $70 just for a pair of pants you're gonna wear for 6 months. And then after that, you're like, okay, I'll put you in the closet until next time I get pregnant, maybe, you know? Or you find a pregnant friend or just give them away. But the other thing was I felt emotional all the flipping time. Just emotional. I had no idea. You see it on the movies, but once it happens to you, you're like, this is crazy. I'm crying over dog commercials. I'm crying over seeing fish in a tank because you're thinking about suffocating. Or drowning, excuse me. You cry over everything. A soft blanket because you start thinking about how soft your baby's skin is gonna feel. I mean, it's insane. And one day, I mean, nobody told me this, and it was awful. I was 5.5 months pregnant. My family and I, we went to Sacramento to go see the state capitol. Um, we went. I think that's all we did that day. Like really walked around. I was in flip flops. I was totally comfortable. It was hot. I think it was like 85, but when you're pregnant, it feels like it's 110. So you want to have like this personal fan with you all the time, but you just end up getting like a piece of paper and just fanning yourself, and you become more hot because it's exerting energy. But anyways, by the end of the day, my feet were hurting, and after that day, the hurting feeling for my feet literally never went away. It was there for the rest of my pregnancy. It sucked so bad. It hurt to get out. To get out of bed, it literally felt like I had ran forever the day before and then was walking on my feet the next day right out of bed. And the other thing is your hands swell. I had to take off my ring and get like just a regular silver band. And my hands swelled and it was terrible. Right when I woke up, I would squeeze my hands together. And you know that feeling when it's really hot outside in the 90s and you've had your hands at your sides all day walking and you can feel how tight they are. That's what it felt like first thing in the morning. It felt so tight and it felt awful. And they'd be like that for the rest of the day. Once in a while, what I like to do would be soak my hands in super cold water, and then the swelling actually would go down, and I could feel like normal hands for about maybe 20 minutes, and then it'd come all back. The other thing is sandals and Uggs were my friend. They were my best friend to my feet. I loved them so much. I loved Uggs even before pregnancy. But ooh, during pregnancy, ooh, you love them with a passion. You can still tie your shoes at that time, but not as comfortable as you once were able to. And yeah, and you should enjoy doing that at that moment, because there's gonna come a time when it's gonna go bye-bye. I will tell you that right now. And then my favorite thing that still brings tears to my eyes to this day is the feeling of the baby moving for the very first time. That was amazing. You read about it, and um, nothing does it justice. At first, it feels like gas, kind of, I guess, like little bubbles of gas in your stomach, but there's no pain. It just feels awesome, and it makes you cry feeling it for the first time and feeling life inside you. And then you're like, oh my gosh, there's this thing inside me and it's my kid. But it's amazing, and it's so great when you feel it for the first time. There's no feeling like it that you will ever experience, like feeling the baby move inside. That is great. That is the most awesome part of pregnancy. And no period. That's awesome. But you get discharge. Oh yeah, discharge. We'll talk about discharge right now. You will buy boxes and boxes and boxes of panty liners. You'll go through 1, 2, 3, sometimes 5 panty liners in a day, because you will get white discharge, you'll get yellow discharge, you'll get chunky discharge, you'll get runny discharge. It's disgusting. Nobody tells you that it looks like ew. Yeah, nobody tells you that. Yeah, you got to find that out all on your own. So I'm telling you what's going on. And oh, it's hard to control your farts. Yep. That's one. Shopping at Target, walking around, letting one rip because you can't hold it in. Happened to me so many times. Yep, you don't get embarrassed anymore. Yeah, pregnancy throws embarrassment out the window. Let's tell you that. Embrace the embarrassment. Just don't even worry about it, actually. And you will find yourself, once you actually start seeing your little belly, you'll find yourself rubbing it unconsciously, just rubbing it throughout the day, and whatever you're doing, rubbing it, putting your hand on it, showing it love. And yeah, it's just one of these things, I guess, us women do when we're pregnant. It's beautiful. I do have to say, it is beautiful to see that, to see a woman loving her baby from inside the womb, you know? Yeah, it's something that just it's nice. And then the more you rub, the more the baby moves. So that might be another reason why we do it. And your baby begins to always be on your mind. You'll find yourself going down the baby aisle, grabbing baby clothes and just looking at them, spontaneously buying stuff. So it is expensive right from the get-go because you start buying all kinds of crap. And then the third trimester comes around. And you're excited because it's getting close. I mean, you're in the home stretch. Third trimester, you're like, hoorah, baby. Yes, it's coming. Yeah, like we're 7 months pregnant. Yes, let's get this ball rolling. And you want to sleep forever. You're excited, but nobody can tell because you want to sleep. You're a walking zombie. You can never get enough sleep. You want more and more and more of it. I was working at the time, so I had to be up by 6:30 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning to be ready because I took forever because I had this huge freaking belly in the way that got in the way of everything. I couldn't do my regular stuff without freaking sounding like a dog or a greyhound that just ran a marathon. Even walking from, the living room to the kitchen, I sounded like I was freaking panting. It sounded like I was a dog having puppies or something. It was ridiculous. Just sitting down made me breathless. Not even in a good way, but a bad way. I mean, it sucked. And after a while, because you can't tie your shoes, flip-flops and Uggs again. You try to tie your shoes and you fart the whole time. Or any excess gas you have inside comes right on out. Say goodbye to pooping. Pooping is a thing from the past. And then when you do poop, you want to sing about it because it's amazing and you feel great. You feel so good. I used to tell the people that I work with right out of the bathroom, I pooped. So excited. I haven't pooped in 2 days. Yeah, that's right. And the other thing is peeing. The moment you get up and you just put your pants back on, you got to go again. So why the heck even leave the bathroom? Just, you should just set up camp in there. You're always in there anyways, every 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, it sucks. Then your feet swell. Then during that time, you have this black hole that you need to fill. The last month is this hunger that you just can't feel. You just keep eating and eating and eating and eating, and it never goes away. You're always ready for something else. You're always ready to eat. It's crazy how much you find out you can put away. I mean, I didn't even know I could eat that much. But yeah, and then when you're that huge, you can say goodbye to being graceful. No, not being graceful. You feel like a freaking hippo, or like a bull in a china closet, or a china shop actually, trying to walk through without even hitting anything. No, that doesn't happen anymore. Everything gets bumped. Any little bump on your belly, you can feel it. It's crazy. You can feel it. It feels like you got stabbed, especially if you bump a corner. If you bump a corner, that hurts. And especially if it's a little sharp corner, ooh, watch out. Yeah, and the itching on the stomach is insane. It's like a radiating itch that you just want to claw at your stomach. You don't, because that causes stretch marks. Yes, this is a stretch mark free mom because of that reason. And you lather, you lather, you lather, you lather. Cocoa butter and bio oil, those are my go-to. The first trimester, once a day. Second trimester, twice a day. Third trimester, during the 7th and 8th month, 3 times a day. The 4th month, 4 to 5 times a day. I went through bio oil and cocoa butter like they were going out of style. You lather, lather, lather. And I had 2 huge boys, 10 pound and 9 pounds 2 ounces. Huge. Not a single stretch mark, and I'm tiny. So you lather, lather, lather. Never, ever scratch. Never scratch. And towards the last month, you do nest. I mean, you're nesting and nesting and nesting, and it means the baby's getting closer and closer and closer, and it's closer to coming because your body knows. Your body just knows. No matter what the doctors say. I mean, the doctors said I was due December 28th. No, I knew. December 25th. December 25th. I knew. And a month before, I was nesting like crazy. I got the crib ready. I got everything put away. I got everything washed and put away, actually. You gotta wash those babies' clothes before. And the bigger you get, mainly in the 3rd trimester, actually towards the end, the back pain is crazy. I mean, standing up, I don't know how you just don't break your back, like on, what is her name, Bella from Twilight. I felt like I was going to do that at any minute with this huge ginormous belly. It was crazy. But then the Lord is soon to have mercy on you. Oh, excuse me, before we get to that part, let's talk about the heartburn. Yes, the heartburn. Oh, I'll tell you something about heartburn. I had some that radiated down to my toes. Within the last 2 months of my pregnancy, I finished 4 bottles of Tums, the big ones, extra strength. Everything gave me heartburn. Everything. The moment I lay down, whoop, heartburn. Didn't matter how many pillows I had behind me, heartburn. I don't care what the doctors say. Just put a pillow behind you, you'll be fine. Heartburn. I don't care what they say. They're not carrying this kid. And you're exhausted by the 9th month. You don't want to be pregnant anymore. You'll do anything to get the baby out. I tried it all. Yoga ball. I tried the teas. Red raspberry leaf tea. That's the one. I tried the oils. Even drank them. That didn't work. Nothing was working. So I said, screw it. I even walked on the beach for hours with my mom, and it wasn't happening. Nothing happened. I got my membranes stripped, and for those of you that had membrane stripped, it's so flippin' painful. It hurts so bad. I got a few contractions. I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is going to happen. Nothing. Didn't even help me poop. Yeah, not even that. Just felt like diarrhea cramps, so I was excited. I was like, either I'm going to go into labor or I'm going to poop. Either one is really exciting. No, that didn't even happen. So I felt that one morning, early one morning, I think the day after I got my membrane stripped. Actually, no, I wasn't due December 28th, December 22nd. That's what it was. And because I got my membrane stripped that day, December 22nd. And yeah, didn't even do it. I was 4 days late. And nothing. Christmas Eve rolled around. I then went to Safeway, and everybody was making me mad there. There were lines, you know. At that point, you want everybody to just get out of your way so you can get on with your life, and hopefully the baby will come out once you've gotten on with your life. But Christmas Eve rolled around, and at 1:30 in the morning, Christmas Day, hallelujah, the Lord heard my prayers. My water broke. Christmas morning. Yep. Most convenient day. And I knew it. I knew that was my due date. But yeah, I mean, and then later on, in a different vlog, I'll talk about the second pregnancy. Actually, no. We'll talk about the delivery with my son, because that is a roller coaster in itself. After you hear that, you'll be amazed that I had a second one. But yeah, so that's what to expect when you're pregnant. If you can think of any more, leave any in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Once again, this is Crystal with Mama Jamma. And thanks for watching.